Hi, my good people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yusta, and as I told you, here we learn, we get to journey through life together, experiences, and I know you can relate very much with the experiences because I'll be sharing from my life, my life experiences. And so, welcome back, and please subscribe, watch the video, and share with your peers if you find it inspiring. Karibuni sana. So today I'll be sharing about how society expects us. The societal expectations, especially when you grow up in a family, a Christian family, and as for me, in a pastor's home as a firstborn. Hey, that is a lot. So, growing up, I am a firstborn of 7 siblings, and I love my siblings so much. And my dad and my mom, I just appreciate them for introducing faith to me and the knowledge of God. But again, it has its own shares of cons and pros, the negative side of it and the positive side of it. And so I will be sharing both. So stick around and watch the episodes because you'll learn a lot from it. And so I found my dad pastoring a church. It was when we were growing up, we were near the church, but later on my dad went to their ancestral land where he had built a small home, and that is where we relocated to. And then the church became a bit distant, but we still had to show up, especially because my father was a pastor in the church. So pastor's family lazima ifike kanisa, si ndio? So we used to tarmac, we used to walk, and as children we used to go to Sunday school. Sometimes the Sunday school teacher does not show up, so dad steps in to teach the Sunday school children. But that was life, and we grew. And later on, my father opened a church near our home. Way later, when I was in the upper primary. So growing up in that kind of setup, you find yourself like automatically, I think subconsciously, you find yourself just trying to fit in the society box because the society expects you to be the perfect kid, the perfect person, and you're supposed also to set an example, kwanza as a firstborn to the siblings. And so there is so much pressure around, and it absorbs, like you absorb the pressure subconsciously. So me, I found myself being too careful. I really had no much interactions, and especially with boys, I never related with boys. And this really affected my adulthood because I became like, I think, social anxiety. I did not relate well even in my adulthood. Like I was very picky on choosing friends and just fearing that they might hurt me. You know, that fear of when you interact so much, you expose you expose your skeletons, ama your your weaknesses to people. So I really needed people to see me as this perfect person. And so, by that, it means you don't interact much, you hide. And in hiding, you hide both your strengths, your capabilities, and your weaknesses. So you find yourself, you cannot even take risk, and sometimes you cannot even participate. And especially in class also, I was shy. I could not answer even if I knew the correct answer. So you see, that is one of the effects of trying to be a perfect picture. And this really affected me as a child. And now looking back, that is when I realized that really this really affected me, because I remember my sister would play like yeye alikuwa a social butterfly. My sister yangu our third born, she is to date a social butterfly. But some of us personalities, and then I realized you might have a personality, the inborn personality, but the things that happen, the experiences and everything that happen around you growing up, in a magnify the personality. So you find out if you are an introvert and you face some situations in life, then the introverted nature is really strengthened. Yeah, so that was me, but now I am unlearning, learning, and still relearning a lot of things about myself. I had to research about myself much and know why I behave how I behave, and how my personality was affected by my childhood, growing up, and experiences. So that is the effect, the negative effect of it. But overall, I was a normal child. I played when I got a chance, and uh, even though the strictness, with the firstborn, the parents have the energy, so they are so strict, and everything has to go straight. So unajua hiyo, it instills something in you. And this really had an adverse effect in my growing up. But all in all, I will say, whatever we are doing as parents now, let's be careful with our children and how we want them to portray us. Like, allow a child to be a child, allow a teenager to be a teenager, allow them to be just children. Yes, instill the values, the morals, and everything, but give them their freedom to be the children. And also, if you are in a space where you feel the pressure, the societal pressure, and the world pressure, and the work pressure, just pause and know that it's okay to make mistakes. We are human beings, we make mistakes, and mistakes are part of our life. When you make a mistakes, learn from the mistake, pick the lessons, and strive to do it better next time. But don't shy off from your mistakes and your weaknesses, because we are human beings and no one is perfect. No one was born perfect. The perfect figure is the image we create in ourselves, and it will really drain you, because you will be living a life that is so draining, trying to prove a point wherever you go, trying to just preserve the image and put it in place wherever you go. So just know that we are human beings, we make mistakes. Allow yourself to make mistakes, allow your children to make their mistakes, and learn from them. Until then, our next episode will be on still the childhood experiences and how it affects our personality in adulthood. Thank you for just watching, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you Lord also for sharing. Thank you for being here in this space.